Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Secret Invasion Episode 2. In this episode, Fury grapples with his past and the present. This one's directed by Ali Salim, written by Kyle Bradstreet, and it stars Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Ben Mendelsohn as Talos, one of the Skrulls, Kobe Smulders as Maria Hill, Don Cheadle as Rhodey, Kingsley Ben Adir as Gravik, Emilia Clarke as Gaia, and Olivia Colman as Sonia Falsworth. Um, so this was an interesting episode. I think after the events of the first episode, I was left wondering where are we gonna go from here because things really escalated very quickly. And I'm glad to see that we're revisiting a little bit of the past to explain some of the actions that are happening in the present. I think there's a lot of things that changed in the 30 years where, from where Nick Fury met the Skrulls originally in Captain Marvel to everything that happened, the introduction of the Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, everything that happened really changed the landscape politically, and also just the availability and capacity of Nick Fury, I think, has been put to the test, right? Also, we see that there's a lot of machinations, both from allies and enemies, that Nick Fury wasn't aware of. And this is interesting because Nick Fury is usually on top of everything. So it's really interesting to see him falter here, but he carries on nonetheless. I really like whenever Sam Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn have a scene together. I really love that. Like, I know it's going to be a good sequence. Uh, Also, and I shouldn't be surprised by this, anytime Olivia Colman has a scene, is fantastic. So Olivia Colman's like the director of like MI6, something like that. She's kind of the Nick Fury of MI6, and because a lot of these things are taking place in Europe, then her role becomes a lot more prominent. So yeah, the world is scrambling to figure out who is responsible for this attack, which is kind of what brings in Rhodey to be the representative of the United States. He has a very interesting scene, very poignant scene as well, with in a conversation with Sam Jackson in this episode, and I think it's just those, like, as a spy thriller type of show, that's more of what I want to see, the quiet moments between characters where they are really trying to get to the bottom of things, as opposed to, like, you know I don't I don't want to see like the Avengers come in to save the day. That's not what we signed on for, at least not in the first couple episodes, right? I think for a big blowout or something, maybe Captain Marvel showing up would make sense, but I feel like this show wants to be a little bit on a smaller scale for the moment. But it is interesting to figure out, like, what are the Avengers doing while all this is happening. Um, like, why are they not stepping in? That's always a question that's going to be in there. Um, I gotta say, Emilia Clarke's character, it just keeps growing. Like, her role keeps expanding in this show, and I'm very excited to see how it all plays out. She's great. Kingsley Ben-Adir as well as Gravik. What a compelling villain, and things really are going his way in this episode. We do get like a giant surprise once again at the end of the episode. So yeah, this show, I don't think it's for everyone because it is a little bit of a slow burn in a lot of places. Um, so I can see how you wouldn't be on board for that if you're looking for something that's more action, adventure, fantasy stuff. But if you're in for kind of like a quiet game, a spy thriller, I think this is a pretty good show for that, and I'm really enjoying it. I love the character of Nick Fury. I think Sam Jackson is fantastic. It's really fun to see him in the flashback sequences, the eights as well. So yeah, overall, I still enjoy this one. And stay tuned in the channel. We'll be covering the series. Sometimes it'll be on Wednesdays, sometimes it'll be on Thursdays, depending on the time availability. But very much looking forward to watching the rest of the show. Like I said, I'm really enjoying it. But in the comments, let me know what you thought about this episode. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.